Martin Frizell, ladies and gents. Stop doing that, Dave. God, I did that the other week. I didn't mean anything by that. Sorry about that. Martin Frizell, one of the big cheeses there at ITV. I think he's the man that runs This Morning. The guy behind much of the fiasco debacle that's gone on over the last few years there. There are people higher up at ITV than him. But I would imagine were anyone to lose the job, he'd probably be first. He'd probably deserve it more than anybody else, but it's always the guy on the bottom of the ladder that gets it first before the people higher up do. But just a few views on Martin Frizell. I mean, for me, he has to go, and I'm surprised he's still there now. I really am. For about 4 or 5 reasons, but if we go back to the bit that Eamon Humza's got the crow in his throat from, the Queen Gate, as they call it, the jump in the queue, and it was announced a day or so afterwards that they were filming a show for ITV documentary. As Eamon said, where is the documentary? Nobody's seen it. Surely they'd have had it on by now, if there was a documentary. Eamon has alluded to the fact that he thinks it's a lie. I think I do too. I think if they fangle a documentary out of it, there was never going to be one there. They just have to now put something together. It'd be all cobbled together to prove there was a documentary. So one or two things has happened. Either Frizell and his cohorts that run the show have come up with this idea of saying there's a documentary being filmed, which means they've lied, or Schofield in his infinite wisdom has come up with the idea himself and lied, but Frizell has backed him up. Now at that stage, if one of the presenters has come up, because he was powerful, Schofield, very powerful, Frizell should have said, no, that's not the case, we're not making a documentary. Somebody should have been held accountable. So that's number one. Number two, I still cannot believe that Frizell did not know that there was an affair going on. I can't. The guy worked there on a daily basis with Schofield. You'd have seen it. The producer of the show, the editor, sees everything. You just see it. He's heard rumours. He'll have asked people about these rumours. Some people won't be able to hold their own water and told him the truth. He says he's spoken to Schofield and the young boy, and he says they both denied it. I think he said he's done it on more than one occasion. If you speak to 2 people and you're a boss of something that important, you can tell when one of them's lying. Not everyone's a great liar. And if you're unsure, you speak to them again, and from the course of time, you find out that one of them isn't telling the whole truth. But the problem here is, Schofield was so up Frizell's backside, I don't mean that figuratively speaking, he either held something over him, or Frizell just loved him. He just let him have a pass. The fact that further down the line, they moved the boy along, that'll have been Frizell's doing more than anything else. Schofield might have told him to move him along, but firstly they moved him to another show. They said it was a promotion. As I think Eamon said, you don't get a promotion by asking for one. The lad's not asked for a promotion. The lad didn't want to leave the show. The lad was distraught to leave the show. Then we heard they've given him a payoff before moving him along. Who gets a payoff when you get moved to another job? You're still in work, you're still for the same company. You don't get a payoff and then move. Who gets a payoff and a promotion and moves to another job? It doesn't happen. Then they finally get rid of the lad. And then what else did they do? They did something else. What else did they do? Oh yeah, when Dan Wooten raised his concerns about the affair, he got bulleted. Frizell must have been behind that. When Dr. Raj raised his concerns about the affair, what happened to him? He got bulleted. Frizell must have been behind that. Even if it's been done higher up with, is it Carolyn McCall or whoever, they'd have stopped Frizell's advice and his input. They wouldn't have just done things over his head, because he's run that show for them. It's their flagship show. It all stinks, ladies and gents. It really stinks. And as I've alluded to in my Kenny Katona one, which, to be honest with you, Katona might come out after this one, although I've already recorded it. The thing is, the fact that they bring in this barrister in now, this independent barrister, to look into things, it's a bit like the government, isn't it, with what they did with the old fiasco over COVID. This independent barrister will no doubt take 4, 6, 8 weeks, 10, 12 weeks, 6 months. I don't know how long it's going to take. I've not heard about that. But that's giving them breathing space and leeway, isn't it? They're now saying, we think we've done everything right, but just to prove it, we're going to let someone from outside to look into it all. That takes time. In that time, it gives them a chance to try to find another winning formula This Morning. As I say, I don't think Willoughby will be there on Monday. I really don't. She may surprise me, but I don't think she'll be there. I've always been of the opinion this next 2 weeks will be the making and breaking of the show. It will either be pulled or it'll carry on. If it passes this next 2 weeks, the fact that they're doing an independent review As I say, if it takes 8 weeks, that gives him 6 more weeks past that 2-week period to get the viewing back up, to get 2 presenters that are decent, to get back in the good books of the British public. That gives them a chance to carry on. But what it also does, it gives all the senior management, like Frizell upwards, the chance to keep the jobs. And it shouldn't be happening, ladies and gents, because there's people on there that have been complicit in all of this. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter that Schofield was seeing a boy who was supposedly, or so we're told, of an age where he's allowed to sleep with him and be with him. That doesn't matter. The fact that he's abused his power as much as he has is wrong. And for that, Frizell should go. I cannot believe for the life of me he's still there. Everybody on GB News and Talk News they're shouting from the rooftops. He's the one they should be after. He's the first one. He's the first in the House of Cards. Get rid of him first and maybe others topple. But he should go. He's been complicit in all of it for my money.